afternoon and welcome to Mountain Patriot Homestead. As you can see, I'm outside enjoying the sunshine, and so is Pepper. You hear her coming across the porch. I'm outside enjoying the sunshine on a beautiful January day here in the Ozarks. This is so unusual for us to be in the mid-50s up here on the mountain in January. So hello baby. So I decided to bring this outside because this weekend they're calling for snow. So I'm going to soak up this sunshine while I can. I also wanted to share with you not only the sunshine, but a grocery store haul that I made on the way home from work today. I've not been shopping since before the holidays, and I thought I would just stop by our local salvage grocer and see what might be on the shelves. It's always a treasure hunt. You never know what they're going to have, and I just enjoy it. So I thought I would show you some of the things I picked up. I also stopped at Dollar General on the way home. Now, when I say on the way home, none of this is just right down the road. It's a pretty good drive for, I say pretty good, it's not like I have to drive hours, but you know, it's at least 30 minutes to town on a good day. So these are my closest stores, and I stopped by Dollar General. I have not been in one of those for quite some time, and I have to say that the prices there were just like, wow. Even generally $1 does not describe the prices I was seeing, but I wanted to share with you what I did find today. First, I would just start with what I found at our local Benton Dent store. Now, something I like to stay stocked up on are, I'm sorry, I tell you, every time I start recording, my nose starts itching. I don't know, maybe a nervous tick or something, but I love to stay stocked up on teas for various things. I am a firm believer that teas are healthy, and different blends treat different things. Now, I'm no doctor, so don't think that I'm trying to pass on any medical knowledge, because no, I'm not. This is it's traditional medicinals. I actually said that word today. Aren't you proud of me? Traditional medicinals, and it's organic throat coat, and it is a tea that is for a sore throat. I saw this today and immediately thought of a coworker that has had a sore throat. I wish I had found this earlier in the week and I would have taken it to her, but I think she's past her sore throat now. She's just got the allergy, whatever's going on with folks right now. So I picked up a box of that for $2.99. I do know this is cheaper than it is at our local box store, so I grabbed that. I also picked up a box of Celestial seasoning. Celestial. Excuse me. English is not it's my only language, but apparently I'm not real good at it either. So this is a green tea, and it's called Candy Cane Lane. It was a holiday edition tea. Believe me, there's nothing wrong with it. It says, let me see if I can see this on the back. You see, my arms aren't long enough. It says best before, looks like April of 2024. So I'm good to go. But this is just a good flavored tea. Again, I like teas, so I keep stocked up on teas. And let's see, just no particular order here that I'm going in. I don't know how many of you know Duke's mayonnaise. Some people, that's the only thing they'll eat when it comes to mayonnaise is Duke's mayonnaise. Well, I'm not quite that picky, but I did find this Duke's brand dressing for coleslaw, the Southern style coleslaw, and this is the Bold and Tangy, and it's 49 cents, and this is a 14-ounce bottle, and I got 2 of those because it'll be coleslaw season before long, and I sure do like good coleslaw with fish or barbecue and all that sort of thing. So I picked up a couple of those. And again, it is from a salvage grocer. Sometimes things will be out of date. Neither one of these things none of this stuff that I've looked at so far is out of date. And when I say out of date, I know there's some people that if it's past the date written on the package, they will not touch it because I guess they think that, I'm sorry, I keep looking down, I keep thinking something's on my foot. Anyway, I've lost my mind. But they think that it's immediately, as soon as that date hit, it went bad. Well, that's not true. If you read on most packaging, says like this one, best if used by. Now that doesn't mean that as soon as that date hit, okay, it's no good anymore. No, that's not what it means. Best if used by. That means the flavor, if I keep this another 5 years, the flavor may eventually not be as tasty anymore. Doesn't mean that this stuff is going to immediately go bad. That's not true. Now, some things you do have to be careful about. So I'm not telling you that just always that's true. But if it's best by, that's different. Or even a sell by date. If it says expires on, you might want to be a little more careful. But again, as I say in these videos over and over and over again, it's your kitchen, your rules. If you're not comfortable eating something that's out of date, by all means, don't. Just don't. Moving on, because you know I can talk forever on one subject. Moving on, I picked up 3 bottles here. One is Newman's Own Family Recipe. It's a 16-ounce bottle of Italian dressing, and these are sun-dried tomato and garlic vinaigrette and marinade. All 3 of these, they were 79 cents a piece. Now you may wonder what I use these for. I love using these. I use them for steak marinades when we're cooking out in the summertime. I say the summer, you know, we can, if it's like today, if we didn't have a bunch to do this evening, we'd be cooking outside, because if it's pretty and we can get out, we're cooking outside. But I use these for steak marinades. They're great for chicken breast, even, you know, cooking them in the oven, cooking them in your slow cooker, cooking them in the, you hear the goats in the background, cooking them in the crock pot. All of those sort of things, these are great for. And for 79 cents, I can't get that at my box store for 79 cents. I'm just kind of digging around over here. Like I said, there's no particular order in what I'm doing here. I found these 3 Old El Paso seasoning mixes. I like having these on hand. I keep seasonings. I can make my own. That's not a problem. But when I'm in that hurry that so many of us are these days, I can just grab a pack of this, throw it on some meat, and okay, I've got supper. So I've got the taco and a couple of the fajita seasonings, 49 cents each. Again, it's cheaper than I can find it in most places, so I grabbed those up. Now, some of you are going to be making faces and going, oh, why did you buy that? These are anchovies. These are little boxes of anchovies, 69 cents and 79 cents. These, a lot of times you'll see recipes that call for anchovies. I never have anchovies around, so I spotted these and it's like, I'm going to grab some, because every once in a while I come across a recipe I want to try that calls for anchovies and I don't have any. So I grabbed a couple of boxes, so now I do have some. These I thought were interesting. This is tomato soup, and it's a little over a pound of tomato soup. It's 17.11 ounces of tomato soup, and they're actually in glass jars, so I thought that was pretty interesting. Have no idea what it's going to taste like, but it says homemade taste soups. So I picked up a couple of those, and they were, let me guess now, or guess, let me think. They were 2 for 99 cents. So that's why I picked up 2. So I picked up those, and I got Yes, ma'am. You just running all over the place, aren't you? I picked up this today. I'm really not sure how good this is going to be, but it is rice-a-roni, and it's heat and eat spicy Spanish rice-a-roni, and it is 79 cents. I'm going to be doing a video of probably releasing it, again, there goes my nose itching, releasing it this weekend more than likely, talking about convenience foods. So we're going to discuss convenience foods and some of the prices compared to doing some of the stuff yourself. So some of these things that you see that I'm picking up that are convenience foods, like this is 79 cents. I'm going to look up what the price is, and I should have done that before I sat down and started recording, but I will look up and see what the price is normally at the store for some of these items, and just so I know. I like to do that when I pick up things from the Bit Dent store. I like to look, because most stuff I know what the prices are, or in the general area, but again, it's been a while since I've bought things, and I know prices are shooting up every day. Let me just give you an example. Fuel this week in 24 hours at my cheapest store that I get fuel at went up 22 cents in 24 hours. And that's just fuel. That does not count, you know, everything else that's just shooting up at the stores. So I will go back and look to see, did I really save that much? And I will share that with you in my video about convenience foods. So I'll remember to do that. I say I will. I'll try to remember to do that in my next video to let you know if I actually saved anything. And I'll use Walmart. So that way I've got one store that I can compare it to, because we don't have any other big stores in our area like H-E-B or Kroger or Piggly Wiggly or anything like that in our area. So I'll just use Walmart as a base price and let you know if I saved anything and how much it is. So, okay. So I put the rice-a-roni away. Now, my husband, the only shampoo he wants to use is Head & Shoulders. I have not known the man to have dandruff ever, but for some reason he likes using Head & Shoulders, and so maybe that's why he doesn't have dandruff. He always uses Head & Shoulders. But I got this today. It is the 13.5 ounce bottle of Head & Shoulders. It's green apple, and it was $2.99. Now I do know that I was just the other day pricing, because even $2.99 sounds really high to me, but I was pricing it on the Walmart website because he was getting low on shampoo, and I was pricing it to see how much it was, and I do know that it's high. I can't remember right now exactly what it was, but I do know that it was higher than $2.99. So I picked up a couple of those because things like this is stuff, all of this I'm not going to use this week. You know, all of these groceries and Head & Shoulders, I'm not going to use this week. But I'm going to use it at some point. And so this is like money in the bank, because whatever I've saved today is something that'll transfer over into money saved in the future, because guarantee you when I go back to buy stuff, it won't be these prices. Now it may be similar at the local salvage store, but the prices even there are going up, because you know those little cup of soup things? I have been getting those for, and the actual cup of soup brand, I've been getting those to take to work because I can just put hot water in them and there's lunch. And they were 29 cents is what I've been paying for them. For months is what I've been paying for them at the salvage store. Today, it was some brand I've never heard of, and they were 49 cents. So they didn't even have the cup of soup brand, and they were already almost double price. So I know that prices even there are starting to go up, and I've seen that in several of their items. So I know it's affecting everybody, and I can't blame them because I know it's costing them more to get it. That's just the way things are. Okay, moving right along. Betty Crocker, good brand, Betty Crocker. It is their, and this is good to July 2023. So again, this come from the salvage store. Nothing wrong with it. The bag's sealed up. It's got a good expiration date on it. Gingerbread cooking mix. Every once in a while, my husband will look at me and say, do we have anything sweet? Yes. Yes, we do. And while I can get up and I can go make a cake from scratch or cookies from scratch, this is something, now that I've taught him how to make cookies, this is something he could get in there and make. So now, is the odds of that happening without him going, do you want to do it together? That's fine. You know, it's fun to get in the kitchen sometimes together. Sometimes it's not. But, you know, for making cookies, that's great. So, 79 cents. I'm pretty sure, I'm sorry, I lied. 99 cents. I'm pretty sure that a big pack of gingerbread cookie mix this size, which is 17.5 ounces, is more than 99 cents at the box store. So I got that. Now this is excuse you, this is some fresh mozzarella. I'm planning on making homemade pizza. Excuse me, shh, quit making noises. It's fresh mozzarella for pizza that I plan on making. I've already got the Italian sausage in the house, so got the fresh mozzarella. This was 8 ounces for $1.49. So for, you know, right at $3 a pound, that's a pretty good price for mozzarella. So I picked up 8 ounces because that'll be a good amount. It'll be enough probably for our pizza and maybe some leftover for, I don't know, spaghetti or something. But anyway, that was a good price, $1.49 for mozzarella cheese. And you know, this is not salvage cheese. This came out of their dairy case with all their regular cheeses and stuff. Now this is something they have pretty regular that I make sure that I grab some every time because I use them in making pot roast and that sort of thing. And it's their onion soup mix. I like using it in hamburger and just all types of things because I like onion soup mix. Now again, I could make it homemade, I understand that, but this is something that's really great to just grab. If you hack up some potatoes and toss them in a little olive oil and this and roast them, they're wonderful. So, you know, just something to have on hand for those nights where we're doing this eternal fence building that we've been doing for 30 years. We've got something to just grab and make a quick meal out of. Now, I don't know if y'all have tried Better Than Bouillon. It comes in a little glass jar, and they have beef, they have chicken, I've seen vegetable. This is ham. It's made with seasoned ham. It's Better Than Bouillon ham base. So I'm imagining this would be really good on any types of vegetables or making gravies and that sort of thing. $1.99. I know that's a good price because I know I've paid more than that for the beef and I have not tried the ham yet, so I was glad to find that. I like these little old drinks. I don't know if y'all have ever, I don't know if you can see anything out here. I just realized the sun's just glaring to beat the band, but I'm not going to complain about the sunshine. But this is sparkling ice drinks. They're 0 sugar. This is the coconut pineapple flavor, and it's 17 ounces. And I love these things. These are so good. And I take them to work every once in a while. I'll keep them around here. When I just want something, you know, I've coffeeed out or tea, which I know is hard to believe, coffeeed out, tea'd out, you know, I'm just ready for something different. I'll grab one of these. And these, if I get these at Dollar Tree, and again, not knocking Dollar Tree, if I get these, At Dollar Tree, of course, prices went up, so it's not Dollar Tree anymore. It's $1.25 tree. They're $1.25, which is the very first place I'd ever got any to drink. But these, I picked up a pack of 12 for $3.99. So for less than 40 cents a piece, I'm getting these. So I think that's a pretty good deal. So I picked up those, and I have to say, this did not come off of any salvage shelf, but it did come out of the Benton Dent store. It's the Ozark Mountain Jams elderberry jam. Love their elderberry jam. $4.49 for a pint jar of it, and good stuff. I'm hoping that my elderberries this year will produce. Boy, I'm just making up words. Last year, the weather was so wonky with, I just got them planted and then we had a drought. So they didn't do anything last year. They didn't even grow much. At least, I don't think they died, but I didn't get much out of them. And didn't get any fruit out of them. But I'm hoping that this year maybe they'll take off if we can get just the right, well, there's even bees out flying. Everybody's happy about the weather. But hopefully this year they'll do better. Now I just, in my nose, I just picked up a few things at Dollar General. I'm going to show you a couple of pictures. I'll just put them at the end. That's just a few pictures of the shelves, some of the shelves at Dollar General. I know that they're having a tough time getting supplies of some things. One of the shelves that I noticed that was empty was the dollar snack shelf. That was, chips and, just little snacky foods like you might grab for the kids just to keep them busy while you're doing other things. That shelf was pretty much nothing. And the two other shelves, the aisles that were pretty bare was the dog food aisle and the cat food aisle. Now, I had heard that there was a coming shortage of pet food, and I have not been anywhere else. We get our pet food at, I knew that it was starting to get, and I keep looking down because Pepper's down here like y'all can see her. I knew that the dog food we have fed Pepper ever since she was a little puppy, a 6-week-old puppy as a matter of fact, but the dog food that we fed her all of her life has gotten so expensive that we were getting ready to change brands. But I did find several bags at the salvage grocer just right before the holidays, so I picked up those so I had some in stock. But I do know that once that runs out, we're probably going to have to be getting it from the feed store, because and it will be a different brand, because the brand that we have normally used for her is just has gotten so expensive, we're just not going to be able to swing it. But at the feed store today, at the Dollar General today, their pet food aisle was nothing. So I feel so bad for people that are trying to feed their fur babies and are having a tough time. Alright, I'm just going to show you a few things that I did pick up. A couple of these items are just things I like having on stock. I like these little scour pads. Here's some of my fur kids back behind me. I like these scour pads because they don't scratch up all of my dishes and things, but yet they clean really well. There's 8 in here, and they were $1. So I picked them up. I like keeping those around. And this is something that here a while back I was looking for one of these, and could not find one to save my soul. I know I've got some somewhere, but I don't know where they're at. And that's safety pins. And I found this pack of 100 safety pins for $1. Now, some of you may have not used safety pins in years, but you never know when you're going to need one. And they're just something that's good to have around. Toss it in a drawer. And if you do need one, you've got them. They're good for emergency situations. And by emergency situations, these would not be a bad thing to, even if I took some of these out and put them in a little baggie and throw them in the first aid kits, because these are good for holding on bandages and all sorts of things. So it's not a bad deal. 100 of them for $1, and they're various sizes. So that was something I picked up today. And I picked up these. I know ramen noodles, and I'm sure that's not the way you pronounce it, are not the healthiest foods in the world, but my husband loves them, and for fast meals, they're great. But you can also take the noodles out and use them for so many things. There are people that use them to make desserts, and I've never done that, but I know that there are people that use them for making desserts, for making all sorts of meals out of them. And even just using them as a soup, you can toss, you don't have to just use the little seasoning pack in there. You can throw, we like cooking an egg up in it. But you can throw meat, you can throw vegetables, you can put sauces, you can do all types of things, and really bump this up as a soup. But a lot of times I will cook up just the noodles and use them as a side or a sauce, just a little butter and salt or seasoning, and they're not a bad little side dish to go with some other meal. Again, just something every once in a while when you need that thing that's quick. I picked up 4 packages of these. They were $1.25. There's 5 of them in these packages. So, sit here with my math. That's 25 cents a piece. That's not a bad price. 25 cents, and 1 pack will feed me and my husband. So, especially if you toss in, a little bit of meat, an egg, and he likes his with soy sauce, which I've kind of got hooked on from the soy sauce in mine too, so he's rubbing off on me. Some crackers, and 25 cents to feed 2 people, and then whatever. I know some of you are going, oh my gosh, but the eggs cost, well, I don't know if any of them have ran past behind me or not, but we've got our girls here that take care of us with the eggs. So I know some of you that would be a definite added expense. But if you've got leftovers, like I said, leftover meats, leftover vegetables, you can toss that in there, and it makes it just, bumps it up as a meal. Now, something that I have not bought in years and years and years is margarine. But the cost of butter has gotten so high that I broke down today and I bought 2 packages of butter. They were $1.25 each. The butter that was right beside them, that's $1.25 for a pound of margarine. Now, I am not a margarine person. I would prefer butter. But the butter, now this is from Dollar General, the butter that was right beside it was, I believe, $4.39 for a pound of butter. For a pound of margarine was $1.25. For my toast and pancakes and cornbread and all that type of stuff, I can live with margarine on it. Now, if I'm cooking and things, I'd really prefer my butter. But again, if it comes down to paying $4 something for a pound of butter or $1.25 for a pound of margarine, I'm just going to have to learn to live with margarine. So, people are having to learn to deal with what they can find and what they've got. Now, I'm sorry, I have to look down here because I don't remember the cost of this next one. Okay. The Dickens getting old and can't remember nothing. This is 2 pounds, 4.8 ounces of coffee. Now, I was looking for coffee. Normally the salvage store has coffee, but they didn't have anything today except like little packages and things that were kind of expensive if you multiplied it up into pounds. So I didn't get any coffee from there, and almost didn't get any from Dollar General, because their coffees were in like little pack that was about half the size. I think they were pound containers, and they were what I paid for this. They were $10, and this was 10 1/4 for a little over 2 pounds. I mean, it's 2 1/4 pounds, and so for 10 1/4, I got this much coffee. Is it probably the best? No, it's not fancy or anything, but it'll make us a pot of coffee of a morning, and we'll be happy with it. So, again, this is just stuff that it's nothing out here is fancy. Probably the fanciest thing I've got out here is my elderberry jelly. But it is things that will stock the cabinet, fill holes. Most of this stuff is what I would classify as convenience foods, because it is things like, you know, the coleslaw mix. I can just take that, squirt that on some shredded cabbage, and voila, I've got coleslaw. But, you know, if there's sometimes that if you can find it inexpensive enough, then convenience foods are worthwhile. And if you are running to beat the band and meeting yourself coming and going because you've got so much going on, sometimes those convenience foods are lifesavers. So what I would encourage you to do is, if you are having, and I say having trouble, you don't necessarily have to be having trouble. If you are trying to find ways to save money, and I know I have not talked to anybody who is not trying to find ways to save money, I would suggest that you look around in your area and see if you can find a salvage grocer. See if you can find a Bent and Dent type store. Even check at Dollar General. They have, but double check, because the prices there did not seem to me to be great deals, but maybe they are, because again, I have not been to the store in some time. Let me know in the comments down below what type of prices you're seeing in your area. Do these prices seem to be reasonable, or do they seem to be outrageous? Let me know, because again, as I was speaking to the lady that was checking me out, was the cashier at the Bent and Dent, as I told her, you know, if I can't grow it or raise it or get it from y'all, I just about don't get it. And she agreed. So let me know in the comments down below, what sort of prices are you seeing in your area? Are you seeing shortages of anything? What are your concerns about furnishing your home, putting food on the table, taking care of your family? Do you have any concerns? And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please go down below, click the subscribe button so you'll get notifications of upcoming videos. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, so that way I know that you're enjoying this content. Also, YouTube sees that, and if they see enough of it, they'll share my videos out. If not, I think they stick it in a closet. I don't know how that works, but some of you probably know better. But if you would subscribe, like, and if you think the content here is good enough to share with your friends, I would be very honored. And I do hope that you come back and join us. So again, I plan on putting out another video this weekend, talking a little bit about convenience foods, and maybe by then I'll have some of your comments on this video. So I hope you have a wonderful evening. I hope you are blessed. I love you. Mountain Patriot Homestead, signing out.